this giant that roams the seas and oceans in search of man. And if he encounters one of the unlucky people, he pounces on him mercilessly, as happens in American movies. But it seems that this picture is not true and needs to be reconsidered. And that what surprises you in the real reality and not the cinematic is that the exact opposite is the truth. Humans roam this planet in search of these creatures. As soon as they come across an unlucky shark, they pounce on it mercilessly and cause her a painful death. Although in this video we will talk about the enemies of the white shark and the creatures of the ocean. But humans are the worst enemies of this monster, and they are the most prominent threat to its existence. And how not when we kill 100 million sharks every year? This is genocide. In exchange for 10 shark attacks on humans every year. Most of these attacks don't happen except that the shark felt threatened, or simply out of curiosity, or even a mistake in identifying the prey, which are often similar to swimmers' or surfers' clothes. Whatever the reason. So what can be confirmed is that humans are not on the shark menu. Although it's hard to believe. But the great white shark that is considered the predator of the summit in the ocean. He has many natural enemies, and this mythical monster is subjected to many deadly attacks from other ocean giants. But who has the audacity to chase the great white shark? Watch this video to get to know 5 sea monsters capable of killing this giant. In 2017, 5 carcasses of giant sharks washed up towards South Africa's Western Cape province. The strange thing is that the liver of these sharks was deliberately removed and the rest of the body was not. In this vast ocean, only one being will be able to do this horrible act. Orca, or as some like to call it, the killer whale. This giant that belongs to the family of dolphins weighs more than 3 tons and swims at speeds of more than 60 km/h. He's the top predator in the ocean. Any marine animal whose body is saturated with fat is a potential prey for killer whales. And despite the superiority of the great white shark over the orca with a strong jaw, it can bite with tremendous force of over 4,000 pounds per square inch. But the whale is faster and bigger. It's also smarter and has a lot of protection. It also attacks in groups with coordinated attacks and highly intelligent and precise tactics. So most sharks, including the great white shark, are smart enough to stay away from the orcas. And if one of these sharks sees orca whales, he escapes from the area and does not return until several months later. What these killer whales can do to the great white shark may shock and amaze you. Where the orcas chase him in groups and tighten the noose on him until he is cornered. If the shark cannot escape to the depths, it will receive many strong blows from several sides. As soon as he feels tired, the orca pins the shark and flips it on its back. Then it is kept in this position for several minutes, and during that the shark will be completely paralyzed and unable to move or breathe. The orcas then quietly advance to attack the shark from the lower abdomen with the aim of reaching the liver, which probably weighs a quarter of his body and is a rich source of fat and calories. Orca whales eat shark liver and then leave the rest of the body. There is no doubt that the great white shark has a frightening reputation in the ocean. He is also strong and has a good intelligence, but he bows before orca whales. They are able to kill him thanks to their intelligence and strong social structures. The second giant on our list is the sperm whale. It undoubtedly goes without definition, as it is the most famous whale at all. It is the largest of the toothed whales. These whales are very smart and also have hard and strong teeth. It also has huge bodies. It can weigh more than 40 tons and grow up to 20 meters. This can be considered the largest meat eating in the ocean. It feeds on many types of fish, like an octopus and a giant squid that may be more than 13 meters long and weigh more than half a ton. But in order for the sperm whale to have this hearty meal, it is forced to dive to great depths. Although not all whales have a jaw that can swallow a shark, but the sperm whale is an exception in this matter, and it is known that it attacks and eats sharks, including the great white shark. And there is a lot of evidence that proves this. many large white sharks were found in the stomachs of these whales. So the food web of this giant is complex. Even marine predators at the top of the food chain, including sharks, can often be sperm whale prey. Now we come to another monster, and some may be surprised that it is on this list. It is a saltwater crocodile. Can the great white shark meet this giant crocodile? There is no doubt about that. The white shark is found in almost all seas and oceans of the world where there is a saltwater crocodile, so the confrontation between them is expected. These crocodiles are the horror of the water, as they are the largest living reptiles on Earth. And it represents a real nightmare for any living creature that may come close to it. And when it comes to her diet, she is not selective and will eat up anything she may come across, such as deer, pigs, buffaloes, and even sharks of all kinds, including the great white shark. But wait, killing the white shark is not an easy task, and unfortunately the crocodile is very smart. He is also cunning and patient and will not attack unless he feels superior. Therefore, the crocodile tends to stay away from the white shark if it encounters it in open water. The latter can easily outdo him, but if the crocodile manages to lure the shark into shallow water, then the fight will turn in favor of the giant reptile. The owner of thick armored skin versus the white shark with thin, weak skin. And if the crocodile can bite the shark with its strong jaw, it can cause very severe wounds. And then the crocodile will drag him and drown him easily. We talked earlier about the biggest types of dolphins, which are orca, but what about the rest of the species? Can the dolphins that you see in water shows and see them jumping gracefully above the surface of the water beat the king of sharks? One dolphin kills a white shark. This is impossible. The white shark weighs more than 1,000 kilograms. It can stretch over 5 m in length, and with this terrible difference in size, it is impossible for a single dolphin to overcome this monster. But it's different if dolphins attack in large numbers, then these intelligent creatures can easily kill the shark. Because dolphins are much faster and more agile, the shark will find it difficult to keep up with them during combat. And most likely the shark will die after a short time due to heavy bleeding or suffocation, and the white shark will not be able to escape because these dolphins are graceful and can swim at a very high speed. This is a very aggressive behavior that contradicts the hilarious image of dolphins, but this is the truth. Dolphins, although they can appear as cute creatures, swim and play with children. But in the ocean they are often scary, very aggressive, and even bloodthirsty, to the point that everyone fears them and runs away immediately upon sighting, including sharks. However, they do not catch sharks for food. Most of these attacks are either in self-defense or to stir fear and panic in the hearts of these sharks and prevent any potential threats. Who will win a battle between a fly and an elephant? Stupid question, isn't it? The same is related between the blue whale and the white shark. The latter is very small if compared to the blue whale, which has no equal in magnitude and power and is the biggest living creature on Earth. Believe it or not, adult whales were estimated at more than 170 tons, and it was confirmed that some whales had exceeded 30 meters. However, the blue whale feeds on crustaceans and small fish only. Unlike sharks, blue whales don't have any teeth. These giant creatures live their lives in complete peace, and no living creature other than humans is able to harm them. Simply, these whales don't fight because they're too big to find an enemy. And what happens when a great shark sees a blue whale is to move away wisely before the whale surprises it with a fatal blow from the tail of the giant.